Hi, I'm Emily. I watched the documentary Hungry for Change, found it on Netflix, and it's pretty cool because it's something that we could all benefit from. It's a documentary that goes in depth about why certain foods are bad, and then goes on to give some solutions and suggestions on how to improve your diet. And the way that they did this documentary was an interview style. They had a bunch of experts. One woman working through cancer naturally, another man who lost a bunch of weight juicing, a Whole Foods advocate, and a couple foreign people. All of them had lost a lot of weight too, so it was pretty cool to see their takes on how they did it. All of them were fad dieters. It showed how a lot of these processed food fad diets like Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig, have these salty foods. Your body can't process them. A lot of it just turns right into sugar, full of carbs, not good. It explains why whole foods are good and how you can get all of your fruits and vegetables from juicing. It was a really cool documentary. I watched it with my mom, and she was amazed. She's always been about gluten-free, but I wasn't really with her because I thought that the white rice and everything wasn't going to process right, but I didn't really know how to articulate how, and the documentary really showed how white breads turn into sugars in the body. The documentary was cool too because it also did a sort of dramatization of a girl who's your standard American. She wasn't eating properly. She was on the go, at the office, exhausted, tired when she woke up. And then it showed, after they started suggesting the changes, she got a juicer, she started exercising, going outside, and, she was less upset about being single, but I don't really agree with that. I mean, one of the questions is if I thought it was a realistic portrayal, and I thought the first part was going to the office, being tired, being forced to eat certain foods that aren't so good for you, because you're on the go. I thought that was cool, but it sort of didn't talk about costs a lot. I mean, I thought that, Whole Foods are expensive. I mentioned to my mom about possibly joining a food co-op, and she said she would rather start a garden because those things are really expensive, and, there's no way we could afford something like that. Let's see here. Yeah, and also they talked about how, you can change overnight, which I don't know that that's true. I think that you have to really want it, and you also have to be ready and work Whole Foods in. You can't just automatically change, or else you can't get anything at restaurants. You're really limiting yourself. I don't believe in limiting. I think that working different healthy things in is better. I think the juicing was the biggest change for me and my mom. We bought a bunch of vegetables, whipped out the old juice man from the 90s, and now in the mornings, by the time I leave to go to school, I've had all of my fruits and vegetables for the day in one shot. And I'll throw some chia seeds in there. They also went in on that in the documentary. I knew they were good. I knew they had fiber and protein, but I didn't know that the gelatinous sort of feel that comes from aloe and chia can clinch some of the toxins in your body and help flush it out if you're trying to, get more healthy. Let's see. I think that the issues that they were talking about, obesity and why we are, is a topic that definitely needs to be discussed. They mention that our country is in a high-calorie, low-nutrition diet, and I definitely agree with that. Some of the charts might have been a little bit misleading, though. I don't think everybody's that bad off. I mean, there's some people that definitely really don't eat healthy, but there's got to be some more nutrition than what they say. They really make a lot of food seem bad, like crackers and cereals, and I think that there's some healthy ones out there. Let's see what else here. I think a lot of people can benefit. Myself, my family. My dad's really stressed and on the go all the time, and I think that eating healthier would make him not feel so bad. I mean, I think that by watching this movie, you can make changes, but you also need to take it with a grain of salt. Pun intended. I think you should have salt in your diet from time to time. If you go restricting everything, then you're both going to be miserable and not happy. You're going to not be social. So, that's basically it. Let me just go through my little sheet here to make sure. yeah, I think it's a great documentary. Hungry for Change. You should watch it. It's on Netflix. And that's basically it. Thank you.